Hi Aquarius, welcome to your November 2019 Astrology 33 bonus love reading. Thank you to those of you who've liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you interested in booking a personal reading with me, just check out the description of the video for all the information you need there. Alright, as for what we have in front of us, this is what I call the Bridging the Gap spread. And the way it works is the cards on the left side here represent your energy toward the connection with your main love interest. On the right side, they represent their energy toward the connection. And these are the past energies, present energies, future energies. Once we get through those, we'll actually pull some oracle cards to gain some additional insight on the situation. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Tarot of Sexual Magic. Alright, so with all that out of the way, starting with the past energy on your side, we have the Five of Arrows. So this is actually an Aquarius card. It represents the first 10 degrees of Aquarius. So for those of you where that's your placement, this might resonate with you a bit more. But in general, with the Five of Arrows energy, it basically represents conflict, and usually it's one of those conversations you go into where you know there's not going to be any positive resolution, but you still go ahead and do it anyway. So this could just be saying that you guys might have been feeling a bit irritable. And you know what this could even be might have been, as far as timeline wise, this might have been when the Aries full moon happened, which was a little over a week ago now. So maybe that's as far as the timeline, because that was in your house of communication. Aries is your house of communication, and then it was square Pluto, and that was in your 12th house. So this could have been one of those things, like it could have been as simple as maybe you put your foot in your mouth in some way, you know, maybe you said something that really rubbed them the wrong way, and you know, maybe there was a bit of a separation after that. I don't necessarily see it as long term, but you know, that's the vibe that I'm picking up on here primarily. And for others of you, this can't even just be saying that, you know, maybe there was someone, you know, that was interested in you, but you might have pushed them away a bit because you might have still been healing from a past relationship. And the reason I say that is what sticks out to me the most is if we look at the arrows she's holding three of them. And that makes me think of the Three of Swords energy, you know? So could just be saying that, you know, maybe someone was making an advance toward you, and you know, you just weren't healed yet, so you might have pushed them away. Past energy on their side is the Two of Chalices. So this is the Two of Cups energy. So this is definitely another indicator that, yeah, most likely they were the ones that were probably trying to get something off the ground with you in a romantic way, and like I said, it looks like you might have rejected them, maybe not in the best way. And like I said, for most of you, it's probably just that you didn't heal. Like I said, for some of you, could have just been a matter of the transit with that full moon happening too, that maybe just, you know, maybe this is someone you're already in a couple with, and maybe you just, you know, blurted something out that might have caused some conflict in the situation. But yeah, that's what I'm picking up on there primarily. Present energy on your side, we have the King of Arrows. So this I could see going a few different ways. For one, this is the court card representing your sign. So now this is two Aquarius cards we pulled for your side. And one way this could be pointing to is to say that maybe this shows some growth on your part, right? Like I said, maybe that Five of Arrows thing was just a temporary thing, but maybe you've already grown from it, learned from it, right? Another way this could be playing out too, though, could just be saying that you're a bit detached. You know, maybe you're still reluctant to try to, you know, resolve the conflict with them at this time, especially if you look at the fact that he's looking away from the cards on the other side of the spread as well. So that could be what's going on there. And in a more positive sense too, it could just be saying that you're trying to look at things from a higher perspective, because if we look at where he's sitting, it looks like he's at the top of a mountain, right? So could just be saying, especially with the flowers in his hand, that maybe you're thinking of extending an apology to them, but you know, maybe you're just trying to think of the best way to approach it as well. That could be another possibility. The present energy on their side is the Queen of Pentacles. So this is actually a Capricorn energy, and some of you might be dealing with a Capricorn too, because if we think about the fact that Cancer represents their opposite sign, it could just be pointing to the fact that, you know, they were trying to get a relationship off the ground with you. So it wouldn't surprise me if this involved a Capricorn. But What stands out to me the most about this is it could just be saying that in the present, this might be them really making you work for it, as far as if you do want to make it up to them and apologize. And what stands out to me, for one, she's also looking away from your cards in the spread. So, definitely to me looks like there's some kind of tension between the two of you currently. And then what stands out to me is the way it looks like she's just staring in the mirror, and which to me shows, she's thinking about herself. And then we see the snowy background out the window, and then the way it looks like she's, basically making that dude kiss his feet. So that makes me think of one of those things where, whatever happened between the two of you in the past, now they're really trying to make you work for it to help resolve the issue. Future energy on your side, we have the Nine of Staves. So this is the equivalent of the Nine of Wands. And this is usually an energy of being guarded, not necessarily wanting to move forward, especially if you look at the way here, it looks like they're just completely behind all those wands, whereas at least with the traditional tarot, it's just a guy holding on to one wand, but the rest of them are behind him. So this could just be saying that you're still pretty closed off. Now again, is this still, for some of you, like I said, maybe you're still healing from a situation from the past, and it might not even be directly related to this person, as far as maybe that's why you did push this current person away. That's a possibility. But this is pointing to Sagittarius energy too. So it could just be saying that for some of you, maybe you guys are just trying to keep it at a friendship level with them. That's certainly a possibility, since for you guys, Sagittarius does represent your 11th house. So, and for you guys naturally rule the 11th house too, so that could just be pointing to this as well. It's really saying that this is you. You're really just closed off right now, and not really moving forward as far as trying to fix the connection or anything like that. All right, the future energy on their side is the Six of Pentacles. So this is actually a Taurus energy, which for you guys, that's your 4th house. And there is going to be a full moon in Taurus, so that could just be saying that maybe the balance will be restored in this connection around that time. And this could represent them thawing out too, as far as, like I said, maybe in the present, they're really just, trying to make you work for it as far as apologizing. And maybe the Nine of Staves even is saying that you would, attempt to fix the issue, but you're still a little bit guarded in doing so. But yeah, the Six of Pentacles energy usually represents balance. So that could be what's going on there. And like I said, timeline-wise, it could just be saying that it would be that full moon in Taurus where it happens. And for some of you, it could even just extend out a little bit further and say maybe it would take until the time of the Gemini full moon, because at the bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Lovers. So again, this could just be saying that this is their intention with you, is that they definitely see you as a potential love partner, right? That's pretty self-explanatory in that regard. But timeline-wise, this could just be saying that, maybe in early to mid-December, when you have that full moon energy in Gemini, that might be when you guys actually do heal the connection fully and take it to the next level. Bottom of the deck on your side, we have Fertility. So this is the equivalent to the Empress card. And, usually I see that as a bit of a Taurus energy, but what stands out to me there too is there is the Lion. So that makes me think again of the 7th house. So maybe this is you, starting to warm up to the idea of potentially having a long-term connection with the person. I would say watch out for pregnancy as well, since it is called fertility in this deck. But, I'm not necessarily seeing anything like that going on with you guys right now. Like I said, it looks like, at least in the present, there might not be any communication between the two of you. But yeah, that's what sticks out to me there. Alright, so next we'll move on to the Oracle decks and see what additional messages we can get there. So first I'll see if we can get some messages from the Mystic Moon Oracle deck here. And for those of you who haven't seen this type of reading from me before, I do pre-shuffle this deck before I start recording, but I'm just looking for jumpers here. So first I'm going to look to see if there's any unspoken messages from you to them. and then we'll look to see if there's any from them to you. And if I shuffle for a while and nothing's coming up, I just take that as a sign to keep it moving, since it is just a general reading anyway, rather than just pull one from the top or something like that. Alright, so first we'll see if we have any unspoken messages from you to them. Alright, nothing seems to be coming up. I'll shuffle a little bit longer before we move on. Alright, so next we'll see if there's any unspoken messages from them to you. Yeah, nothing else. This seems to symbolize the fact that there's definitely no communication between the two of you right now. I'm definitely picking up on that. But we'll give it a few more shuffles, see if anything pops up. Alright, nothing there. So lastly, we'll see what we can get from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Same situation here. I did pre-shuffle this deck before we started recording. And I'm just looking for a single card here, and then we'll wrap up. Okay. We got Fork in the Road. I think you guys got that one before. For it was just your general reading, though. I don't think it was the newest one. It might have been from the month before or something. Definitely sticks out to me before you guys got this card at some point, but I think it was just a general, not the love reading. But yeah, anyway, there you go. Fork in the Road. There's the artwork, and the number is 13. I mean, already before we even pull it up, I could kind of see that energy, like I said, where maybe that's just emphasizing again that maybe you weren't healed from a previous connection, so maybe this person was, trying to get something off the ground with you, and like I said, maybe combine that with some transits that were going on. You might have just, pushed them away, and maybe not in a healthy way where so it might have caused a bit of an issue. I do see definitely potential for you guys to heal the connection, though, if you do want to do that. Let's see what it says. Okay, it says, essential meanings. Time to make a decision, considering the consequences as you prepare to act, owning up to your obligation to make a necessary choice. The Oracle's message. Every choice has a consequence. You've arrived at a fork in the road and are being asked to come to a decision. Will you further your dreams by choosing left or by choosing right? Will you take the road less traveled or the one well worn by others who have come before you? This is your choice and yours alone to make. Circumstances and other people will not make it for you. Be present and do not avoid this junction, for it is an important crossroads. Take heart, as no matter which path you choose, you will have a rich and meaningful experience. So yeah, I mean, for most of you, I feel like the message there is just going to be as far as deciding, do you want to continue to remain single, right? Maybe because you feel you haven't healed yet. Or do you want to actually take a chance and possibly, pursue the connection with this person, because it definitely seemed like they're interested. All right, the relationship message says you've reached a moment of truth in the evolution of your relationship. Which will you choose? To open up to the possibility of love or to remain isolated? To go deeper and commit to mutual passion or to walk away? This is a time to take responsibility for your truest desire and follow it. Be honest with yourself about what you're willing to do, invest, and give, then choose. You cannot make a wrong choice. If you move forward with a relationship, know that it will be based in truth and authenticity. You will have made a conscious decision rather than simply hanging on because you don't want to be alone, or ending things because you're afraid of the intensity of genuine connection. All roads lead to the lessons you must learn in your relationships. Regardless of the decision you make, it will place you on the path to a truer experience of the heart. So, it's interesting too as I was reading that. I mean, again, it does seem to support what we were saying. Like, it does seem pretty clear that you might have pushed them away in the past, and, you know, like I said, it could be because you guys hadn't healed from something, but, there is the opportunity there to pursue the connection with them, but it looks like it's mainly going to be up to you, especially with the Queen of Pentacles there with their back turned, where they might be expecting you to fix the situation in that regard. But, Pisces got this card as well for their love reading this month, if I remember correctly. So, especially for you guys, Aquarius, like let's say your Aquarius sun, you might have your Mercury or your Venus in Pisces. So maybe check out that reading too. Might give you some additional insight in that regard. All right, but we'll wrap up there, guys, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.